Felt it this morning. Maybe it was a sound down the hall. Maybe a notification that made your stomach drop before you even read it. Maybe nothing at all. Just a low, humming sense that something is wrong. Your heart rate went up. Your breath went shallow. Your body got ready for something, but nothing happened. Nothing was ever going to happen, and yet your brain did it anyway. This is not anxiety. It is not a malfunction. It is the most sophisticated survival system ever produced by 4 billion years of evolution, running inside your skull right now, scanning for a predator that has not existed in your world for 10,000 years. Your brain still thinks you are being hunted, not metaphorically, structurally, chemically, neurologically. A significant part of your nervous system is operating as if something with teeth might be watching you from the dark. Go back 200,000 years. Your ancestors had no walls, no weapons that could reliably stop a lion, no emergency services. What they had was a nervous system refined across millions of years of being prey. The ones who survived were not the most relaxed. They were the ones who flinched first, who ran before they were certain, whose bodies responded to the possibility of danger before their minds could confirm it. That is you. You are descended from the anxious ones. The neuroscientist Joseph Ledoux mapped two separate brain pathways for threat. The high road runs through the cortex, slow, analytical, accurate. The low road bypasses all of that. It goes straight to your amygdala, the brain's alarm center, in milliseconds. It does not think. It fires. This is why you jump at a shadow before you recognize it as a shadow. Your amygdala already screamed danger before your cortex said coat rack. But here's the problem. That system does not know what century it is. Lisa Feldman. Barrett's research shows your brain is a prediction machine, constantly comparing what it senses to stored patterns, preparing your body to respond before events even occur. Extraordinarily useful if you live on the savannah. Less useful when you are sitting in an office reading a hostile email. Your brain does not distinguish between a lion and a difficult message from your manager. Both register as threat. Both trigger the same cascade. Cortisol, adrenaline, elevated heart rate. Your body prepares to fight something or run from something that does not exist. The stress system that made you a survivor on the savannah makes you a wreck in a traffic jam. Trapped, unable to move, threat signals on all sides. Your body interprets this exactly as it would have interpreted being cornered by a predator. Neuroscientist Bruce McEwen called the cumulative damage from chronic stress activation allostatic load. The threat detection system was designed to fire, help you survive an acute crisis, then switch off. Wild animals do this. They experience fear, they run, and then they go back to grazing. The system resets. Modern life does not allow the system to reset. Mortgage, reputation, the news feed. These are not lions, but they are interpreted by the same neural architecture as lions. And unlike a lion, they never go away. The alarm designed to fire for 30 seconds runs for 30 years. Your body also watches for social danger. In a species that survived by staying in the group, exile was a death sentence. This is why a single critical comment can follow you for weeks while 100 kind ones vanish. Researcher Naomi Eisenberger at UCLA found that social exclusion activates the same brain regions as physical pain. To your brain, rejection is not a metaphor for pain. It is pain. When you replay that awkward thing you said 3 years ago at 2 a.m, your brain is not being irrational. It is doing exactly what it was built to do. You are not anxious because something is wrong with you. You are anxious because something is extraordinarily right with you. From the perspective of 200,000 years of engineering, you are running the most successful threat detection software in the history of life on Earth. It is just pointed at the wrong things. The next time your heart spikes at a sound, the next time you lie awake rehearsing a conversation, The next time your body tenses reading something on a screen, something ancient is still watching the grass, still listening for the sound of something moving. You are not broken. You are built. Built for a world that no longer exists. Tonight, when you feel that hum of threat with no name and no face, you will know what it is. Not an enemy. Not a warning. Just the oldest part of you, still doing its job, still watching the grass,